Vayeilech Moshe, top page 1094. Vayeilech Moshe v'yedaber es hadvarim eila al kol Yisrael. Moshe speaks all of these things to Klal Yisrael. What we mentioned up until now, and then he says like this: Vayomer aleim ben mea ve'esrim shana anochi hayom. I am 120 years old today. Lo uchal lo lotzes v'lovo. I can no longer come and go. V'Hashem amar elai lo sa'avor es hayarden hazeh. So first of all, Moshe Rabbeinu is 120 years old today, and we have a tradition that tzaddikim, a perfect tzaddik dies on the same day he's born. Now, I don't know too many people that's happened to, but a tzaddik lives and dies on the same day he's born. So according to our tradition, that was one of the mistakes that Haman made. Haman, when he was picking the month that he wanted to start up with the Jewish people, so he picked the month of Adar because he knew that's when Moshe Rabbeinu died. What Haman overlooked was the fact that that's the month that Moshe Rabbeinu was born. And not only he was born and died in that month, he was born and died on the same day of the month, the seventh day of Adar. So there's a concept that a tzaddik dies on the same day he's born. What do you think? Why? What symbolically? What's the, you got a 1 out of 365 chance. What's the idea of a tzaddik being born and dying on the same day? What's the idea there? Why should that be? Okay, tzaddik, so he had died on his birthday when he blew out the candles and when he died. How does the cake? What does that mean? So the idea is like this. There's always the concept symbolically. What it shows is he's completed his task. He's come full cycle. And it's every person who's born comes into this world and he's born with a task. Everybody comes into this world, he has a role to play and he has a task. And the symbolism by a tzaddik is that he dies on the same day that he's born. That means you were born, you completed it, and now you've completed the perfect cycle. That's the idea behind it. That's where we have this tradition. This is the Gemara says. The Gemara says the tzaddik dies on the day he's born. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, I'm 120, this is the day of his death. Moshe Rabbeinu knows he's going to die. Now, what's misunderstood here all the time is that Hashem said, he said, I can no longer come and go, I can no longer lead you. God has said to me, you will not cross this Jordan River. And then later on we'll see that God says to Moshe Rabbeinu, go up to the mountain and you're going to die on the mountain and so on and so forth. The commentaries point out there's a bit of a misunderstanding here, misconception. People think that Moshe Rabbeinu was told, you can't do it, that means I'm going to put you to death. The commentaries point out, Moshe Rabbeinu had free choice here as much as he had anywhere else. Moshe Rabbeinu could have crossed the Jordan River. He could have not gone up the mountain when he was told to die. In other words, when God said to him, you can't do it, he didn't mean you are unable to do it. You're unable to cross the Jordan River. What God meant was, you do not have permission to cross the Jordan River. Now you're being tested. Can you imagine such a test? Imagine such a test, a person told, okay, you have a choice. You could either die or cross the Jordan River. And Moshe Rabbeinu says, no, I'm not going to. Moshe Rabbeinu says, okay, I guess I got to die. You understand? There's a test over here. It's not that you can't. It's that you are not, it's not that you're unable to. It means you don't have permission, number one. Number two, later on, take a look at page 1096. There's an incredible medrash here. And the medrash says like this. On page 1096 is verse 14. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe. It's about 9 lines from the top. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe. God says to Moshe, and remember, anytime it says God said to Moshe, we're talking about prophecy. Hein korvu yelecha lamus. Your days has come close for you to die. Time for you to die. Kra es Yehoshua. Call your disciple Yoshua, Joshua. V'yisyatzu be'ol moed v'atzavenu. I want you to stand by the tent of Moed, and I will atzavenu. How does our article translate it? And I will command him. I will give him the charge. Vayeilech Moshe v'Yoshua v'yisyatzu be'ol moed. Moshe and Yoshua go and they stand by the tent of meeting. Vayera Hashem be'ol moed. Vayera Hashem be'ol be'amud anon. Hashem says to appears in a cloud. Vayamod amud anon opes, and the cloud stands by the entrance of the tent. The very next pasuk says, "Vayomer Hashem al Moshe incha shochim avosecha." You are going to lay with your fathers, etc., etc. Now, the Medrash says like this. Moshe Rabbeinu said to God, God said, okay, it's time for you to die. Moshe Rabbeinu said, I don't want to die. Let me go into the land. So God said to Moshe Rabbeinu, yeah, but it's time for Yeshua to take the reins. He's going to be the new ruler of the Jewish people. And we have a principle, one kingdom, the Gemara, the way the Gemara puts it is, Ein Malchus Nogas Bechaverta Kemolei Nima. One kingdom does not encroach on the other one. When it's your time to take over the position, then even by a hair's breadth, you're not going to encroach into the other person's turf. As a matter of fact, the Gemara says that when Shaul HaMelech, it was time for Shaul to be the king, but Shmuel HaNavi was the prophet before the first king, and he was the ruler, he was the leader of the Jewish people. So there's an episode over there that when Shaul goes to find Shmuel, Shaul's searching for his donkeys. Now Shaul was very tall, very good looking, and when Shaul goes to find the donkeys, he sees some young ladies and says, "Where's the prophet?" So they give him a whole speech. The girls give him a whole speech over there, telling him where the prophet's over there, but it's not today. He's going to bring an offering, and the offering, they give him a whole drush over there. So the Gemara says, and why did they give him such a long answer to girls? So one answer is, the Gemara gives three answers. One answer is, Nashim Dabrani Yosem, women talk. Women talk. Women are very talkative. Women talk. You know, there's an Or HaChaim HaKadosh who says, you know why Adam was created first? It's not a joke, gentlemen. It's not a joke. Do you know why Adam was created first? That Chava comes into existence. She has to have somebody to speak to. And women are talkative. The Gemara says that women took 9 portions of speech. I heard about a guy, his wife sitting there, and he says to his wife, Hey, Harriet, you know, I just read, you know, women use twice as many words in the course of a lifetime as men do. She says, yeah, that's because we got to repeat everything we say twice. So he says, what'd you say? I didn't catch that. What? Guy told me he had a GPS. One had a man's voice, one had a woman's voice. The one with the woman's voice took twice as long to give instructions. Right? Oh, Benjamin, you can take this off? So what do you go? And then I got you. My dad once showed me he got an email from somebody that women have to learn that no is an answer also. Yes and no are acceptable answers too. It's always, hey, Dad, can I have a brownie? No. You know, Mom, can I have a brownie? Listen, I don't have any in the house. I didn't get the bake. It's okay. A simple no will do. You know. So the Gemara says, why did they talk? Why did it take them so long? So first thing the Gemara says, Nashim Dabrani Yosem, women talk. Women have the gift of speech. By the way, let's put it in a proper perspective. There is nothing disparaging here. The reason women are given the koach of speech is because women have to raise and educate children. And the way you raise and educate is by speaking to them. And that's why if somebody didn't talk to them, they wouldn't learn how to talk. And the way you raise and educate, so women have the gift of speech. And you could see women when women could sit and just talk. You know, when I always wondered, what do my teenage daughters do, you know, for entertainment? Boys are playing ball, doing drugs, whatever boys are doing. What do the girls do? You know, girls talk. They sit and talk. They can sit and talk for hours. All they need is another female. You sit and talk. That's a tchuna. It's not a negative, it's a fact. In other words, in life we have certain character traits. And is being generous good or not good? The answer is, it's neither good nor not good. It depends how you use it. If you're generous with your money in the right causes, then it's a good thing. If you're generous with your money in the wrong places and you give money to drug addicts, then it's not a good thing. Is being a perfectionist? Is being perfectionist a good thing or it's not a good thing? Well, it depends how you use it. If you're a perfectionist and you annoy everybody around you, because anything that's out of place, you go off on people, so then it's not a good thing. It's not a good or not. Is it better to be an extrovert or an introvert? It's neither. If you could be an extrovert and introvert, neither is a good or a bad. They are a fact. To be talkative depends how you use your mouth. You know, the Chafetz Chaim was a very talkative person. Chafetz Chaim was always talking. So they once asked him, why are you talking so much? They said to Chafetz Chaim, you're a very talkative person. The man wrote the book on forbidden speech. Why are you so talkative? Chafetz Chaim says, that's exactly why I made myself talkative. So by nature, I'm not. But I know that if I wrote the book, people are going to walk away thinking, well, you can't talk all the I guess you can't talk in life. It's not true. You can talk all you want, just say the right things. Encourage people, build people up, give people compliments, talk Torah. You can talk, you can do a lot of talking. Talk about things, just don't talk about people. That's all. No, just don't talk about people. There's a famous story, the Chafetz Chaim once he was traveling in a Shabbos, he got to an inn. And at this inn was a ranchers convention. You know, so what are these public inns? Okay. So he sits down Friday night, the Friday night meal. All these ranchers are talking about horses. Whole time talking about horses. Horses, big horses, black horses, no horses. Okay. Shabbos day, another meal. Again, horses. All talk about horses. Shalashudas, the holy Shalashudas, you know, spiritual Shalashudas, horses. All talk about horses. Right, so after Shabbos, Chavetz Chaim's packing up his stuff to go. And the innkeeper says to him, you know, Rabbi, I'm sorry, you know, I know it wasn't much of a Shabbos, you know, I couldn't control the ranchers, you know, that's what they got on hand, money, horses. I said, so it was a great Shabbos. There was not one word of Lashon Hara. Nobody said anything disparaging about a horse. It was great. It was the best Shabbos I ever had in a long time. Not one word of Lashon Hara. Nobody said you can't talk. Nobody said you can't talk. It's just, so women have the gift of speech because you got to raise the children. Husbands are out working again in the normal way the world runs. The men are working. The women are raising the children. I can tell you what, watch a mother goes shopping with her 3-year-old and they start putting away groceries. Ever watch a woman put away groceries with her child? Okay, here we're going to put away the bananas. The bananas are going to go up on the refrigerator because they have to turn yellow. Say bye to the bananas, buy bananas, right? Okay, here are the potato chips. They go and say bye, Mr. Potato Chip, Mr. Potato Chips. Right? And here's the you know, and the mother, there's a whole running course. Okay, now we're going to put away the crackers. And here's the cereal. When I went shopping with my kids, there was very little speaking. 2 words. Don't touch. That was it. That was the whole thing. So they learned 2 words. Don't touch. You know, Daddy said don't touch. You know, that's it. It's not a good or a bad. It's a fact. So the first thing the Gemara says, you know why these women spoke a lot? Because women speak a lot. You ask her a question and they give you a long answer. Second answer the Gemara says is because Shaul was very tall and good looking and they wanted to take up a little time to be able to look at it. They wanted to, you know, stall for time so they could enjoy the sight. And the third answer to Gemara is because it was not yet time for him to reign. Because Shmuel was going to anoint him when he met him. But it wasn't time yet. It was still Shmuel's ruling, it was still Shmuel, and it was that amount of time that it took them to take 3 sentences. Now is the time for Shaul to become the king. And therefore, there's a rule that one king does not encroach on the. So when Moshe Rabbeinu said, I want to live. So God said, yeah, but it's now time for Yeshua's reign, and therefore it's time to die because you got, see the Medrash says, now listen to this, it's an incredible Medrash. Medrash says, Moshe Rabbeinu said, you know what? Let him be the Rebbe, and I'll be the Talmud. Let Yeshua, okay, so he has to be the leader. He'll be the rabbi of the Jewish people now. I'll be a disciple. I'll turn into a disciple. God says you're not going to want that. You won't be able to handle that. You will not be able to handle the step down. Moshe Rabbeinu says, no, I'll handle it. God says, okay. So he calls them to the old Moed, and he summons Yoshua into the tent. And Yoshua goes in for the divine communication. Now pay attention carefully, gentlemen. Yoshua comes out, and Moshe Rabbeinu says, what did Hashem say to you? Yeshua says to Moshe Rabbeinu, all those years that you were the rabbi and I was the Talmud, did I ever ask you what Hashem said to you? Wow. At that point, Moshe turned to Hashem and he said, better 100 deaths than 1 moment of jealousy. God said, you said I'll be jealous, I'm jealous. Better 100 deaths than 1 moment of jealousy. So everybody asks the obvious question, which is what? Yeshua, you're Moshe Rabbeinu's disciple. You're the disciple. You worship the earth that Moshe Rabbeinu. That's how you talk to your Rebbe? That's how you talk to Rebbe? So the Vilna Gaon says, that's what Hashem told him to say. Moshe Rabbeinu said, what did Hashem say to you? Hashem said, say to Moshe Rabbeinu the following words. All those years that you were the Rebbe, did I ever ask you what Hashem said to you? That's what the Vilna Gaon says. That's how Moshe Rabbeinu got the message. At that point, Moshe Rabbeinu said, better 100 deaths than 1 moment of jealousy. And that's why the next pasuk says, Hashem says to Moshe, okay, now you're going to die. You're going to lie with your fathers. Right? Now you're going to go. So by the way the Torah talks about, and this is not the first time the Torah uses this terminology, Yaakov Avinu also said to Yosef, I'm going to lie with my forefathers. So the commentaries point out, you see that there's an afterlife. What do you mean you're going to lie with your fathers? You're not going to lie with your fathers. You're alone in your own grave. Maybe you're next to one relative. What do you mean you're going to lie with your fathers? You're going to the place of your fathers now. You're going to your ancestors. You're going to join all those neshamas of the previous generations. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu is told here that he's going to die. Okay. Now, Vayeilech, by the way, is the shortest parsha in the Torah. Sorry, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. The Tzavim is 40. Vayeilech is 30. Vayeilech is 30. what do you call it, 30 psukim. It says 70 at the end because normally Nitzavim and Vayeilech go together. Okay.